Hello everyone, welcome back to Tech Teach. Today we are going to dive into one of the most fundamental concepts in JavaScript, that is declaring variables. By the end of this video you will have a clear understanding of how to define variables in different ways and how they work. So first thing first, what are variables? In JavaScript, variables are used to store data that can be referenced and manipulated later. Variables can hold different types of values like numbers, strings, objects, and more. There are three different ways to declare variables in JavaScript: using var, using let, and using const. Let us start with var and see how to declare and define variables using var. Here is our HTML file var.html, and inside script tag will define variables using var. Let us define it. Var name is equal to Nisha. This is how we can define variable using var. Var allows you to declare a variable that can be reassigned and even redeclared in the same scope. That means you can reassign the same variable with some other value, and even you can define one more variable with same name using var. Var has one more feature called hoisting. This means even if you declare a variable later, JavaScript will move the declaration to the top of the scope. That means if you first use the variable, I am first printing console.log age variable which is not yet defined, and after this if I define a variable, still JavaScript will not give you any error just because of this hoisting feature. Let us see the output of this. Here in the console you can see undefined. Because of hoisting feature, declaration of this age variable has been moved to the top of the scope, but this age variable will be initialized at the time of execution of this line. So we can access the age before it is declared, but its value is not yet assigned. This is all about using var. Next we have using let. Let introduced in 2015. It is similar to var with some differences. Let us define one variable using let. Let city is equal to New York. Let allows you to reassign the value just like var. That means if I reassign the value to the same variable, this will not give me any error. But let does not allow you to redefine the variable or redeclare the variable in the same block. So if I do like this, city is equal to Boston. Now this is giving some error. From this red line we can understand that there is some error, and the error is cannot redeclare block scope variable city. Because let is having block scope, it will not allow you to redeclare the variable within the same scope. Another major difference between let and var is let is block scoped, whereas var is function scoped. Let us understand this with example. If we do like this, if true, var x is equal to 5, and after this if I access. If I try to access X, there is no error, so this is accessible. But in the same way, if I do like this, if true, and here we'll define variable using let, now if I try to access y from here in the console you can see the error y is not defined. So with var the variable is accessible outside the block it is declared in, which can cause unexpected behavior. But with let the variable is restricted to the block in which it is declared, which makes your code safer and more predictable. Finally, we have const. Const stands for constant. As its name suggests, once you assign a value to a const variable, you cannot change it. Let us define one variable using const. If I try to reassign some other value, it will give me error. And the error is assignment to constant variable. That means we cannot reassign constant variable. So here constant is useful for the values that should never change. Constant is useful for the values that should never change, like mathematical constants or some configuration settings. Now let us check how the const is scoped. Again we'll do the same thing. If true, inside if we'll define a constant, square root 2 is equal to 1.414, and let us try to access it from outside the block. Let us check the output, and it is not accessible. Just like let, const is block scoped, so you cannot access it from outside the block. Now that we have gone through each method, here is simple guide to help you decide when to use var, let and const. You can use const for values that should not change. Use let for variables that will be reassigned later in your code. And avoid var unless you are working with some legacy code. To summarize, var is the older way of declaring variables and it is function scoped, which can sometimes lead to issues because of its hosting nature. Let is block scoped and best used for variables that might change, and const is also block scoped, but it is used when you don't want your variables to be reassigned. Here is a tricky question for you. To check your understanding, what will be the output of following code snippet? I'll just explain this code snippet in brief. First, we have declared one variable b using let, and if I do if true, let b is equal to 20, inside if again we are redefining the variable, and outside if we are trying to print the same variable b. What should be the output? The option A is 10, option B is 20 and option C is error. Please drop your answers in the comment box. If you are interested in learning more about data types in JavaScript, Be sure to check out the previous videos in the playlist. That's all for today. Thanks for watching.